Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? It's Friday again, and yes, it's the week before the storm. And what I mean by that is that we have two big cons coming up. We got Anime NYC here in New York, very local, but it's a lot of work, so we got to get that going, and we're prepping for that. And at the same time, we're prepping actually for NDK. NDK is definitely a really big show for us. It's in the Rocky area. It might be one of the biggest out there for sure, and we do very well there. So um, it's kind of crazy because I'm doing a bit of a vacation too. Is that because of the way things are and the inventory, we're going to wind up we're straight from NYC. I pretty much spend less than a few hours in Jersey, and then I'll be driving all the way out to Denver, and then I'm going to go and enjoy the whole Rocky area, and then kind of head towards back towards Jersey with my partner there, and we're gonna do some sightseeing, check out some things. It should be a lot of fun for me, and I'll do reports from there. It's a long trip, so I'll be having to post a lot and talk about a lot. So now to the main focus. Right now, as we speak, Fudoh is actually in its final mixing. So what that means is that we're kind of now Justin at Media OCD is making some of the final changes to it, and that's looking great. So the other part of it too is all the menus are done, everything's done, so it's gonna go into replication. So what we decided was to do something a little bit different. Because of the success of Kamen Rider, we said, you know what, maybe we should keep doing this thing because I'm noticing everyone's doing it with these special editions, special box sets, that kind of thing. And Fudo to us is one of those titles that really, you have to kind of like really, it's just an amazing title. To me, it was the start of Miike in a way for us, and it was really his introduction to the U.S. market. We got that title very early. I think we were one of the first companies, if not the first, to bring over a Miike title. And the thing is, Miike does everything. Like he does everything from, basic films where, it could be anything comedy to, to action to those kind of things. And he was known for his Yakuza films. That's kind of how he, grinded his teeth, and he got really good at filmmaking. And one of the first ones we did was Fudoh. Now, this was kind of ahead of its time. I remember when we released it, it was very controversial in a way. You have the scenes with the young people and they're shooting guns and all that kind of stuff. This was time of like, Battle Royale, and nobody wanted to release in the United States. Now we look back on it like, what was the big deal? But back then, this was like big stuff. So what it was when we did it, we weren't sure of the reaction. The reaction was pretty good. I mean, it did really well, but it was kind of too much ahead of its time. It was pretty much starting to just establish Miike, but it really didn't kind of like get him, into the mainstream more. So what happened was, or at least the mainstream among the cult followers. So what happened was we wound up where we did get some good stuff going with, each of the killer. We started to release more stuff, and then other companies did audition and did that kind of stuff. So Miike kind of then really got established. Now, again, Fudoh at that point had already been released, and we didn't have the best of materials, to be honest. So now we do. We did an official 4K transfer. Like I said, Justin Savakis, our Justin, he did some amazing work there. So I really think it looks wonderful. In fact, what I did was we're really at this point now, like I said, we're going to go into replication soon. I did take a little video here of the menu. So you can get an idea of all the extras. There is the Miike interview. There is the interview with Tanihara Sohara. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but he's the main lead. He was also in Battle Royale, I believe. But they're in it too, and it just looks wonderful. So what we decided to do is let's do special packaging. So in that thing, we decided that this version, we're going to have two versions again. but this one will be special packaging. So what's going to happen is this one will have a slipcase. This one will be a limited edition again of just 1,000 units. We are planning on putting like a little mini poster in there. That's the hope. And I think it should do pretty well for us. So what I did was in the notes and everything over here, you'll have a link to the storefront where you'll be able to pick it up and you'll be able to check it out. The other thing too is we're really giving it a pretty big discount price. This is our first 4K, so we're seeing most of the 4Ks out there for about $40. You get the 4K and you get the you get the UHD and you get the BD. But we're going to do that, and we're going to go as low as $29.99, and it's limited edition, and it's just this version. There will be another version which will probably have an O-ring on it. That'll come out later, but this one is the one you want to have. It's the collector version, and it's wonderful. So I hope you guys do pick it up. In your next purchase, please do. Always looking for support. Then the other thing too is now we also announced HK, Hentai Kamen Forbidden Superhero. That one, like we said, we did an English dub on it. I believe I might have put up a little sample. Here's the sample again.
So, that's the story of how my parents met. 3 years later, I was born. Not long after, Dad was shot by an armed perp, heroically murdered in the line of duty. His body was riddled with bullets, and his last words were, "I kinda like this." As for Mom...
How many times do I have to tell you not to use the egg whites?
She's still a kitten with a whip.
Anyway, Mommy's on the late shift tonight, so you'll have to feed yourself, brat.
Sure.
And basically, we did a lot of work on it. It finally came out. It has this kind of, reputation. The funny thing about the movie, it's really not a hentai movie. So it really is more action, comedy. I think it's a great little flick. I liked it a lot. So again, what we're going to do is, this is not a limited edition, but we're giving a special discount on the MB Storefront site. It's retailing, I believe, for $29.99. We're going to sell it for $17.99. Get your pre-books in, and we'll ship it to you directly as soon as we get them. We're always the first to get everything, so you'll be able to get that. Last but not least, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Kamen Rider. So on Kamen Rider, right now, I mentioned there was the extras, there was everything like that. Justin has begun the authoring on the title, but I don't think I gave it justice as far as the extras go. So just give me a moment here. I just want to read it. If you see my eyes going the other place, just so you understand, I'm not really, an actor or anything, so I don't know how to do this exactly. So let me read it to you, what exactly the extras that were created, who created them, and all that kind of stuff. I think they didn't ask for this, but I think I do respect them for what they did, and I think they should get the credit that they're due. So number one, there are 2 audio commentary files for each of the 3 feature films. Each commentary has 2 commentators, who recorded separately but should be synced up in the final mix. The Shin Kamen Rider prologue commentary is with Matt Burkett and Kevin Dierendorf. The Kamen Rider Zoe commentary is with Mike Dent and Matt Burkett. And the Kamen Rider J commentary is with Kevin Dierendorf and Mike Dent. The other thing, too, is that there are 2 video interviews with director Kiyota Amemiya. The longer one is only for the deluxe edition, while the shorter one is for the standard edition. So you will get a version of it each one. There is one short video that is an intro explanation for Kamen Rider World, which for some reason I have a sweet spot for because I just think it's so cute. So it would make sense listed in World in the extras. The Kamen Rider, there are going to be Kamen Primer, it's called, the liner notes. So we are planning to do that as a video, and those will be in both version 2. So that's all the extras you're doing. Justin's been working on it, Justin, and he's putting together a little clip for me. I'm going to include it at the end of this video. So just so you guys know, we, traditionally our model has always been sell to distributors, do all that kind of stuff. Now that I feel Media Blaster is kind of getting a second life here in Fairfield and I'm feeling good, I wanted to put a little bit more back into it. I always give advice to the other guys out there. You got to get the storefronts going. You got to get the storefronts going. That's the future. Cons are fine, but you need that to be doing it. I don't think people take that as serious because the thing about cons, I've done cons my whole life, it's, you get this fast money, but it's not long-term and profitable. You're spending a lot to make money. So it's kind of, in and out, in and out. Now, you could say it's the same thing with the storefront, but the storefront, once you get that established, people keep coming back and buying from you. It's better. So I'm making a big effort to get the storefront going. One thing you'll notice is that we will have, we got back the credit card processing. So definitely if you're going to buy something, now is the time or whenever is the time, but you will be able now to use credit cards again. You don't have to use just Venmo or PayPal. Then the other part of it too is we're going to start to do mailings, email blasts. Now we're going to, again, we deal with the adult and the non-adult. So what we're going to do is we do see your buying habits. So what's going to happen is if you did buy, some adult stuff before, you'll get those adult mailings. If you haven't, you won't. So we're going to, kind of gear it for each person. So definitely take a look at it. We're going to, and by the way, please, if you don't want to get any of these email blasts, just write back to us. We're going to put a little thing on the bottom. Please get removed from the mailing list, that kind of thing. We don't want to go into, blacklist hell and all that kind of stuff. And then we have to keep finding more email servers. So please just take a look. Let us know. But we're making more of an effort now to be the MB Storefront. We'll have more sales, more exclusives, other items that are not just media blasters as well. And we're going to start pushing it out more. So I really hope you guys, support us and continue to. The storefront is the best way. The cons are good. We do, of course, have Amazon. You can buy from that now. We also have, Rob's Anime Corner, the Otaku Market, all the AAC associates. So those are all places you could pick up our stuff. Right Stuff still does carry our non-adult stuff. It's limited selection, but they still do have it. So please, any way you can, please support us, and we appreciate it. We will continue to try to do our best to keep releasing more. We are going to be announcing more and more titles to come. Like I said, I just announced Samurai Fiction. I do have a few at the tip of my tongue that I would announce. Maybe I'll just throw one out there. I know people have been asking again on the adult stuff about Boyne. So we do have more Boyne. So the Boyne lecture, I know, has been also included in this package. There's a lot more stuff. And like I said, there's also a lot on the non-adult side, which I will be able to announce in the near future. All right. So again, you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for always for being there for us. Take care. And I'll report to you from all the cons and the travels. It's going to be one heck of a few weeks coming up, folks. Bye-bye.